Hey, how are ya? Coach Jelena right here. Fit Body Bootcamp Fun is in store for you. Core and cardio today, everybody. Core and cardio. Let's get warmed up with that full body extension first. 30 seconds is going on the clock. Reach down towards the toes, up on those tiptoes at the top. If you need to keep your heels down, you can. Big reach, nice open chest. Welcome, welcome. There's lots of fun numbers on the board today. You're gonna be doing 10 reps of almost every exercise, except we have a couple, just 2 5s sprinkled in there. So that's gonna be your rep count for the day. Most of the time, 10 and a couple 5s. So what the setup is today is an AMRAP, VIP AMRAP, very important people. You, army squat. So we're gonna reach towards the toes, straight-legged, and then sit into a squat. So VIP AMRAP, that AMRAP stands for as many rounds or as many reps as possible with the given numbers. So you're trying to go through and do our designated rep count and then try to get as many rounds of those in as you can. So you'll cycle through each station, each of the 5 stations has 3 exercises at it. Around the world lunges, you need lots of space for this one. So you're gonna go forward lunge, lateral lunge, and reverse lunge on one leg, and then switch to the other leg. Forward, lateral, and reverse. There we go. Slow it down if you need to. And then if you're more proficient in those lunges, you can kind of float that leg. Don't even set it down as you come back to neutral, and then go into that next one. Alrighty, now we got skis. So that's the little switch of the feet and the pump of the arms overhead. Whew. So we're gonna put 3 minutes on the clock for each of those 5 stations. And we have a finisher at the end. So you're ready to rock that core and cardio. Woo! So you're gonna cycle through the 3 moves, doing the recommended number. And then once you get through all 3, you're gonna continue through, keep that pattern going. That's the pattern you're keeping. All right, everybody. Go back to your full body extensions there. There you go. So, let's see. I'm gonna set myself up here so I'll make sure to keep track of the time. There we go. Okay, so you're doing your full body extensions, and I'm gonna show you all the demonstrations of the moves today. So, high plank walk. So, if you like to have wrist supports, go ahead and grab a set of those. Otherwise, you can go flat on the palms. You're gonna move on to your army squats next. That's 1 straight leg reach and 1 squat. So for that high plank walk, you're gonna be in a high plank, and you're gonna take a couple steps with your hands and your feet to the right, and then a couple steps to the left without your hips wavering or anything like that. Nice and controlled. If you need to be off the knees, then you can. Just make sure you're not on all 4s here. Your hands do stay underneath the shoulders, but those hips are way in front of the knees there. So you can do those little walks. Just make sure your core is challenged. Alrighty, moving on to your around the world lunges. Forward, side, and reverse on one side, then the other. Okay, jackknife sit-ups is the next one. And for this one, we're doing 10. So 1 leg lift and 1 sit-up, or 1 leg lift and 1 crunch. Each one counts as 1. You're gonna get 10 in. Then you'll switch it to both legs for V-ups for the final move here. So there's your V-ups, and then you're gonna flip it over and go back to that high plank walk. That's station 1. For station 2, we got frog hops first. Move on to your skis, everybody. So for your frog hops, hands under shoulders in that high plank. You're gonna hop it up, feet wider than the hands, plant the feet. Try to make sure those hips don't get picked up and the legs aren't straight. And you're gonna go out and in for 10. And if you're modifying that one, step it in and out. So that's the first one. Then we're gonna have that chest up and get rocket jumps in. If you're modifying that one, roll to the toes, 10 of those. And then you're gonna do 10 cardio burpees. So it's like piecing those 2 moves together. If you're modifying that cardio burpee, step it out, step it in, or you could step in for half and jump for half. All right, back to your full body extension. So that's station 2. For station 3 and for station 5, we need a band. So make sure you have one. Grab it before we get started. Note to self, a little too late. So it's going above the knees on your thighs here. So we're gonna do 10 lateral walks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back the other way. If you don't have that kind of space, maybe do 2 or 3 and add up to 10 there. You're moving on to your army squats. After you get 10 lateral walks, that side to side walk, you're doing a quick side step. So it's like hopping over a puddle. Try to stretch that band out, and then don't bring those knees all the way in together. Keep that stretch. So there's your quick side step. If you need to take out the hop a little bit, just do a little bit of a lateral step. And then we're gonna do pop squats for 10, doing our best not to lean forward. Keep that chest up. You can reach towards the floor or take that out. If it confuses you, taking out the jump would be a nice and centered squat. Move on to those around the world lunges. So those are your pop squats for 10. All right, then we're gonna take the band off for the next station and rock with a frog squat. So feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna sit into that squat. Pressure from the arms or elbows on the inside of the knees. You can even place your hands together here. You're gonna go hips halfway up and then sit back down into the bottom. If you're not quite flexible enough to go that low, you can be here and still add pressure to the knees. All right, onto your skis, everybody. So 10 frog squats, and then you're gonna go into an ab rock. So that's right here, holding it here, and then you're gonna rock back, try to catch yourself. So I have my feet wide. It might look like they're close, but I have them wider here. So that might help you. And I'm reaching my arms out just kind of as a little helper. You might need a little momentum and you're trying to stop yourself. If you tap your heels down, that's okay, but you're trying to control it and round the back a little bit. All right, onto your skis, I believe. So that's the ab rock. We're getting 10 of those in. And then that flows nicely into a reverse burpee. So if you're able to do this one, you're going to use that rock back technique. Come on in, get a jump, and then come back down. If you need to use your hands here, you can. Be nice to your wrists. And then if that one's a little bit too tricky, try to work on it and see if you can get it. Otherwise, you can do a star jump, which is that squat, narrow squat, and a jump or a jack here as a modified move. Going back to your full body extension, last station to show you is a resisted bicycle is the first one. So you're gonna have the band on your feet. Then you're gonna be on your back. You're gonna have one leg extended and one leg bent, bringing that opposite shoulder to opposite knee, and then switch. So stretching, working the legs while you're working your abs. So after you get 10 of those in, you can leave the band on your shoes because you're gonna use it again. Move on to your, are you on your full, no, you just did your full body extension, army squats, please. Then you'll be on your right side for a side plank hip dip, trying to make sure everything is stacked and you're in a nice straight line. If you need to modify that one, you can take your foot out, one foot out of the band, and get that hip dip with one knee down. After you get 10, you're gonna roll over and get the other side. And then you'll put both feet back in for your resisted bicycle. If you don't have a band, then you'll do that other station where it was here without the band, and then you'll just do regular bicycles when you get there. All right, everybody, that is everything. We're gonna start down here, so I'm gonna stay down here. Grab a sip of water, pump up your jams. I'm gonna put 3 minutes on the clock here, and we're gonna get 10 of each in, 10, 10, and 10 of that high plank walk. Then you're gonna flip it over, jackknife sit-ups, one leg at a time, and then V-ups coming up. You'll be on your back though. Just a little quick demonstration there. Okay, here we go, high plank walk. Give me 10 of those. Every little step you take with your hands, you can count. Ready? Or you can just keep it whatever time the right hand moves. Ready? Here we go. All right, count yourself out to 10. You're taking little steps with your hands and with your feet. After you get to 10, you're going to your back for those jackknife sit-ups where we're gonna get nice and jacked up. Whew, muscle jacked, of course, not the bad kind of jacked up. After you get your 10 plank walks in, come on down onto the back, and then you're gonna do either a sit-up with a leg lift or a crunch with a leg lift. Come on up, get your 10 in. After 10 of those, we're going to V-ups where you're either doing a full sit-up and both legs coming up together, or a crunch and a leg lift. If you're watching out for the back, don't bring those legs all the way down. Go about halfway, 45 degrees, and then come on up. After 10 of these, then we're flipping back over to that high plank walk. Good. All right, everybody. Keep breathing through. This is a challenging setup. You're doing great so far. Core and cardio is tough for a lot of people, and so is that AMRAP. So you got double tough that you're working through right here. So keep trying, be patient with yourself. You already have 1 minute done and out of the way. We're going for 3. Your body's gonna get used to the timing pretty soon here. So just give it a chance to adjust. Whew, make sure you're breathing. If you can work the whole 3 minutes, then great. If you need to take a second to take a sip of water, you can always do that. But we are working with a 30-minute workout. So the more you try to do in that 30 minutes, the better. All right, after your 10 plank walks, nice and flat too. Make sure those hips aren't up in the air and they're also not dipped down low. You're nice and flat. Flip it over for those jackknives. Whew, trying to get the good kind of jacked here. Give me 10, either full sit up or crunching. Whew, exhale on the up. Good, you can use your arms for a little momentum here. After 10, you're going for that full V up. All the way up, and then control, set it down. Phew. Way to work here. We only have 44 seconds left to go. Try to get them all in. Exhale, there you go. Nice. Breathe out. Excellent. Whew. Solid work, everybody, solid work. If you need to protect that low back, remember, you can do a crunch, and then don't bring those legs down as low. If your neck is bothering you, you can support it a little bit. Just make sure you're not lacing those fingers or cranking on that neck. Give space in between here. There we go. Nice work. Keep it up, we got 7 more seconds. You gotta go all the way through. Like I like to say, the last few seconds count for extra. Keep them going. Move, move, move. All right, nice long break here. We're gonna work with 10, 10, and 5 for the rep count now for the next one. The frog hops, the rocket jumps, and then the cardio burpee. All right, frog hops are first. High plank position to start. Ready? Here we go. Either hop it up or step it up and back, or if you wanna do a blend, you could hop it back and step it up, or you can step it back and hop it up. After you get 10 of those in, you're going for 10 rocket jumps. Keep the chest up, reach high, reach low. If you're modifying, roll to the toes. Give me 10 of those. After 10, we're going into those cardio burpees. So comboing the 2 moves. There's your frog hop, there's your rocket jump. Put it together, and what do you got? That cardio burpee. Woo woo! All right, modification, step it out, step it in. You can roll to the toes or do that jump. Or you're welcome to do that hybrid. So hop it out maybe and step it in. Maybe you're fine with the jumps, or if you need to step it back, hop it in. Good. All right. After 10 of those cardio burpees, you're going right back to the top, right back to the beginning for those frog hops. Woo! Minute 1 done. Keep it up, y'all. Keep it up. Whoo! Breathing. Good. Lots of cardio in this one. Excellent. All right, hands under shoulders for those frog hops and for those cardio burpees. Good. Find a good pace. Make sure you're landing those feet nice and flat if you can. They're landing wider than your hands, and your hips aren't way up in the air with straight legs. We have bent legs doing that frog hop, whether you're modifying it or not. Good. Give me 10. Then we're going into those rocket jumps. Reach low, reach high. Whew, good. Sit it down. Try not to compromise and do one of those mini squats. We wanna sit into it and power up. Woo! All right, here comes our final minute. After 10 of those rocket jumps, we're going for, just 5 cardio burpees. Sorry, if you did 10, which I think I totally did, that's okay. Switch it to 5 of those, and then right back to those frog hops. Woohoo! All right, we are excited for that sip of water after this station. Whew, we're breathing hard. We're working hard. Excellent. Whew. And we are hardly being negative. We're keeping it positive. That's the best fuel. Think of positivity as that premium fuel to feed your body. 30 seconds, everybody. I think get it over 5 again of those cardio burpees. I get to talking. Hopefully you're not shadowing me and you are counting out yourself your 10 frog hops, 10 rocket jumps, and 10 cardio burpees. All right, doing great, doing great. Hop through it or step through it. Last few seconds here. Way to breathe, everybody, way to breathe. Last few. Come on, get that extra credit in. Woo! Good. All right, we're putting on the band if you have one. If you don't worry. This is for the next station. Whew, give us a couple seconds. Breathe. We are standing up for the next one. I just came down to put it on, which you're welcome to do the same. Okay, 10 is the number here, 10 of each of the moves. We got 10 lateral walks where you're trying to stretch out the band. You do 1 and 1 or a few. Here we go. Give me a couple. Nice. Woo! Count it out to 10. All right, once you get to 10, you're gonna do that quick side step. You're gonna try to stretch it out, keep tension on the band, even though you go to 1 foot. If you're taking out the hop, try to do still a hop motion so that you get a little bit different of a move compared to the first move. Then we have pop squats for the last one. If you're taking out the hop, stretch, come back to center. Stretch that band, sit into that squat, come back to center. Make sure you're not tilting to one side. When you come into that squat, give me all 10, 10 for each one. Whew. And then we're going back to our lateral walk. Stretch it out, take small steps, and try to plant your feet. Woo. Knees tracking out over those toes. Then once you get to 10, you're gonna do that quick side step like you're hopping over a puddle. Try to make it bigger than the first move. Make it different. Even if you're taking out the hop because you're watching out for yourself, maybe your ankles or feet or something like that, or you've been instructed not to jump, then still get that big stretch as if you were jumping. Then we're moving into those pop squats. Woo! Okay, over halfway through. Our timing is great so far. Energy levels up. Corners of those mouths, maybe they're even up there. Whoo! Your body is like, whoo, they are working. Phew! So turn it into good thoughts here. Nice work. You're putting your body under a good kind of stress. After those 10 pop squats, back to those lateral walks. Give me 10. Keep that tension on the band. Try to make sure the knees aren't buckling in. Here we are, down to our final minute, everybody. Woo! Last 60 seconds with that band. Are we gonna miss it once it's off? Woo! After 10 here, we're doing that quick side step. Try to make it bigger, make it different than that lateral step. Woo! You can kind of wind up, see if you can go quick. Otherwise, slow it down a little bit if you need to, only if you're taking out the hop. Then we got pop squats, last 33 seconds. Woo! Come on, y'all, come on. Anybody been to Club 33 VIP? Talk about VIP. Woo! It's a fancy place. All right, here we go, everybody. We know we got some Disney fans in the crowd. Shoo! Maybe you're wearing your Disney gear right now while you're working out. All right, here we go. Back to it. Lateral walk. Give me 2 to one side, 2 to the other, or 5 and 5. Last few seconds. Woo! All right, that band is coming off, and our first move is low. So you can stay low. Grab that sip of water, and we'll move on to station 4 of 5. Killing it, y'all, killing it. Okay, 10, 10, 5 is the numbers for this one. 10 frog squats, we'll be on our back for that ab rock, and then either that reverse burpee or that star jump. Here we go, nice and low for that frog squat. Elbows on the inside here, palms together, give me 10. You're lifting your hips halfway, and then sit back down into it. I'm not rounding my shoulders. My shoulders are kind of in a nice taut position, squeezing those back muscles, trying to be very aware. After 10 of those frog squats, remember, be higher if you need to, put that pressure on the knees. We're going into that ab rock. So if you can start with the feet up, you can have the knees and feet apart. That could very well help you. After 10 of those ab rocks, you're gonna move into that reverse burpee if you can. So that reverse burpee's right here. Here, come on up, get that jump. So you're nice and low. If you need to slow it down a little bit, help yourself up, and then get that jump or roll to the toes. Sit it back, maybe even help yourself down. That's a good start. All right, after 10 of this one, we're moving right back into those frog squats. So normally I would stay over there facing that same way. So I'm ready to go to my back for those ab rocks. So I'll show you what that looks like. So I do my frog squats right here. So I'm ready for the next move. The smoother you can make those transitions, the better. We try to set up moves that have decent transitions already. Woo! Frog squats burn, y'all. All right, you're over halfway through. Go, go, go. Ab rocks. If you need to, you can hold on right here. Just make sure your arms aren't doing all the work. You feel your core kind of quivering and trying to get it. You can go on the back of the legs or challenge yourself a little bit more by gripping the middle of the calves on the sides here. Knees are wide, feet are wide. You kind of have a rounded back so that you can rock and catch. All right. Oh, I forgot we were only doing 5 of those last ones. Woo! I think I did more last time. Good, you're counting, 10, 10, 5. Woo! I get to going. Good thing I said the right one at the beginning, because I get to go and I get excited. All right, how much time we have left? 40 seconds, 4-0, keep it going. 5 of those reverse burpees. Sorry, I'll remind you, your modification instead of that reverse burpee, if it's too complicated, is a narrow squat and a jump, or a narrow squat and a jack, a star jump or a star jack. Just 5 of them, and then you're gonna go right back into those frog squats. Here we go. Woo! All right, here's our home stretch, everybody. 15 seconds or less. Woo, yes. Good, let's go and work it out. Sports clap. You're doing great. Come on, champ. Let's do this. Get it, Tiger. Last few seconds. Woo! All right, went into sports dad mode right there. Stretch those legs out. We're gonna put the band on the feet if you have it. If not, you're gonna do regular bicycles, 10 of those. Every time you stretch out a leg nice and long, that's gonna be 1. All right, so 10 is the number for all 3. 10, 10, and 10. We're gonna do those resisted bicycles. Then we're gonna be on our right side for that side plank hip dip. Then left side, side plank hip dip. Okay, here we go. Bicycles, resisted if you have it. Stretch it out there. Let me get sideways here. All right, twist. You're gonna go faster if you don't have the band on. Then your next move is that side plank hip dip. You can put the hand on the shoulder or reach it up. Elbows right underneath the shoulder. Down and up with that hip. If you're modifying, bring that knee down. Make sure it's right underneath that other knee. You're gonna press into your foot just a little bit, mostly into that leg on the bottom. After 10, roll it over the other way. You're gonna do that kind of roll. I'll do this so I stay facing you. All right, keep it up. First minute's already almost done. Get 10 in of each move. Side plank hip dip. If I saw you from the ceiling, make sure you're not bent in like a V. Make your body a straight line from an aerial view. So that means you have to press your hips forward just a little bit. All right, woo! Good, nice and balanced. There we go. Alrighty, good. After your 10 hip dips on each side, you're going back to those bicycles, resisted or not. Here we go. Woo! Come on. You are a diamond. Sometimes we feel like a lump of coal. We gotta crack open that rock and shine bright. Whew, you got the gem on the inside. Here we go, everybody. Halfway through it. Whew, come on. Diamond level, diamond power. You are working to get hard. You are nice and sharp. You are sparkle dazzling, not just with the sweat there. Good, after 10, we're going for those hip dips. Woo! You're gonna start on the right side, but I'm just demoing here on the left because I'm already here. Remember, you can do that modification, that bottom knee down, knee stacked, hips stacked, shoulders stacked, and that elbows right underneath there. You can have your hand out here. Here we are in our final minute. Give me 10 of those, and then 10 on the other side. You're gonna do the smoother transition of the rollover and just face the opposite wall. That's the one you're gonna be doing. Whoo! Try to come back up to the top for that hip dip as low as you can. It's okay if you start with a little mini range of motion. Your abs are still working. You'll work your way up to that higher range of motion. Woo! All right, give me 10. All right, just 30 seconds left, everybody. You are almost done with station 5 and looking lively right here. Woo! Good. It's okay if you look tired or feel tired. That means you just hustled. You worked hard and you expended that energy. So that is great. Here's the home stretch. 15 seconds or less. You could just taste that finish line. It's so close. Woo! Get all 10 in here. Last few seconds. You know they count for extra. Keep moving. All right. Woo! You might be like, well, she didn't keep moving when she said keep moving. I was holding some ab work there. Alrighty, everybody. So we are going to put another set of 3 minutes on the clock for our finisher. Oh man, my timer I said earlier didn't work. Oh well, we're probably in decent timing. So let me just double check, see if we have time for 3 minutes. And we do, lucky you. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do is a pyramid. So if you can read this, we're gonna go from 5 count down to 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're gonna go back up and go 2, 3, 4, 5. So count down from 5 to 1 and then back up to 5. So that's gonna be our pyramid. And our 2 moves we are cycling through are push-ups and jump lunges. So let's take a sip of water and I'll show you those. Okay, we're done with the band. So for our push-ups, a couple notes real quick. You're gonna tuck up under, so try not to have those hips too low or hips too high. So we're gonna have a very engaged core. You're gonna kind of think about bringing your chest through your hands and then back up. So there's your push-up, same thing with off the knees. Make sure your hips aren't shifted back. They're actually forward, but not dipped down. So nice and strong here. You have that tuck up under like somebody was gonna hit you or tickle you in the stomach, so you're got that nice tuck up under. So those are your push-ups. Remember 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 second. You're gonna do 5 push-ups and then 5 jump lunges, 5 aside. After you do those jump lunges or reverse lunges for a modification, 5 of them, you're gonna come down and do 4 push-ups. Then we're gonna do 4 of those jump lunges, then 3, 3, 2, 2. So that's how we're doing it. Okay. All right, hopefully you followed that. Just keep moving with me. We got 3 minutes. Push-ups are first, everybody. I'm gonna pump up the jams a little bit. If you can't hear it, pump up your own jams. Here we go, push-ups for 5, and then jump lunges for 5. Ready, set, here we go. Push-ups off the knees or off the toes, whatever one you're doing. Give me 5. Woo, give me 5. Either one, and then come on up. You can hop it in so you can get quicker into those jump lunges. Get a little frog hop in, or you're doing reverse lunges. Every right leg is 1. So you're gonna do 5 on each side here, whether you're jumping through it or stepping through it. And then come on back down, get your push-ups in off the knees or off the toes for 4. Now we're doing 4. After you get your 4 in, back to 4 for those jump lunges. Remember, 4 aside. Woo! Good. You can pump those arms and then come on back into it for push-ups. We're doing 3 now. If you're at a different pace, then count yourself down from 5 to start. Working it, working it. All right, minute 1 is done. Woo! All right, good. Keep it up, everybody, keep it up. After 3, you're doing 2. Woo! whether you're modifying or not. There you go. All right, great. We're approaching that halfway point. Whoo! Good. Try to get that whole pyramid in if you can. Woohoo! And you'll get to one where you're just gonna do one of each. And then you're gonna count back up. Go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reps of each. Woo! We're doing so good. Go for it, everybody, go for it. Breathe. There we go. Breathe through those push-ups. Those lunges are a burner. And then control yourself. Come on back down. You can step it out if you need to modify. So maybe I come down from those lunges, step it out, get in ready position for your push-ups. Here's your final minute, everybody. Woo! Count yourself out. Way to work. Remember with those legs, 3 on each side if you're on the number 3. Woo! Good. Try to bring that back knee down for those lunges. Knees not going forward. Bring the back knee down. All right, 35 seconds. Go, everybody, go. Woohoo! Good, either one. Showing you guys both. Breathe. Nicely done. Oh yeah. Taking your time to have good form is always a great choice. Woo! See if you can complete that pyramid or get as close as possible. Last 10 seconds. Woohoo! You're so close. Final few seconds to go. Count it. They're extra points. Wow! Good. All right, we did it. We are champs. Whew. All right. I said sports dad earlier, but I guess sports mom. Didn't mean to be parentally sexist, guys. My bad. Woo! Let's catch our breath a little, shall we? Okay. Let's sit crisscross applesauce. Go ahead and rest those hands or back of the forearms there on the knees. Sitting up nice and tall with the shoulders nice and relaxed and down. Let's breathe it in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feel the heartbeat. Let it decelerate naturally. Breathe it in and exhale. This time, let's sweep the arms up. Breathe it in and exhale as we lower those arms. Ooh, that one felt good. While we're in this position with our legs, let's go ahead and round and come down. If you're comfortable letting your head come down, go ahead and relax your neck and let your head come down. If your heart rate is a little too elevated for that, then just keep your head up and you could still do the stretch without dropping your head down or relaxing there. Still get a good stretch for the lower body. Just keeping a little bit more, not tension on the neck, but it's still working rather than relaxing. Let's switch legs. So it's gonna feel a little bit unnatural, not your usual, like when you cross your arms, you do the other way, feels weird. Same thing with your hands or whatever way. Whew, we have our ways we like to do it. The opposite way always feels a little funny. Whew. But we want to pay attention to both sides of our bodies and try to really even things out as much as possible. If you are right-handed and you're always throwing, lifting, vacuuming, high-fiving, doing a majority of things with your right hand and your right arm, then it's going to be, of course, dominant, but stronger than the other side. So practice doing things with the other arm. Challenge it as much as you can, as much as the other side at least. Even try brushing your teeth with the opposite hand, the non-dominant hand. It's gonna feel really weird. Or eating with the opposite hand. It actually fires new synapses in your brain, get your neurons fired up. Let's reach out those legs nice and straight. Reach for those toes, or if you need to grab the ankles and give a little tug, whichever gives you the better stretch. So yes, you can actually get some new things happening in your brain and feel smarter by switching some of those little habits up. It's good. It's good for you. Whew. And after a little bit of practice, it's not so weird. Plus, it's a good idea to work on those things just in case you ever get an injury or hopefully not, but maybe a broken arm or something on one side. Then you're already ready to use your non-dominant side if that's the one that's still fine and usable. Alrighty. Last stretch here, everybody. We're gonna do it on each side. Go ahead and lay on your back. Whew. First, before we do the very last one, we're gonna reach overhead and point those toes, reach those fingers, reach towards opposite walls or opposite corners of the room. Make yourself a nice and long, big stretch. Whew. Sometimes I like to do this while I'm in bed in the morning before I even get up. Feels good. Alrighty, and relax a little bit. Bring your arms down by your side. And now we're gonna bend the right knee. Take the left hand on the outside of the right knee. I'm gonna move my pack here somewhere. Okay, so now you have your right knee bent. You're gonna put your left hand on the outside of the right knee. The right knee is crossing the left side of the body while you reach out your right arm and look right. So you're getting a nice little stretch in your chest and shoulder here, all across you, torso, low back, hip, neck. Oh yes, it's a good one. Try to keep your right shoulder on the ground. It wants to lift, but try to keep it down. And if you can guide your knee closer to the ground, great. If you're already getting a good stretch right where it's at, leave it there. You can always work up to more. Whew. That's the interesting thing about stretching is it usually feels a little bit hard to do, but if you can hold it in that tough spot or even go a little bit past, then you're going to increase and or maintain your flexibility, which is harder to do as we age. So we want to try to do that, kind of push past or stay in that slightly uncomfortable, but we know it's working kind of stretch, of course, when you're nice and warm. Now let's bend the left knee. We're back on our back to start on the left and left knee bending. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Let the left knee cross the right side of the body while you reach out that left arm and look left. Whew. You can get more deep breaths in here. This is a nice one. This one I would always see my dad doing before or after work, long days, work on the construction site, where he did what he would call his bona fide union labor. Bona fide union labor. That's what he said he did. President of his local 547 or whatever it was. Whew. All right. Okie dokie, everybody. It's a little fun fact, a little fun family fact about good old Gil Jerry, my dad. All right. Up on the next workout, I'll tell you a fun fact about my mom. Okay, see you next time for your very next workout. That was fun, right? Pretty fun. See you soon.